What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this RWBY discussion. This time, Volume 8, Episode 13, Worthy. As always, I'm your host, Connor. With us, we have Zach,
Hey, what's up?
Travis,
What's up?
and Mike.
What's going on?
So, first impressions of the episode.
I liked it.
How was that dark for you?
This episode was finally what I wanted. Might like the show again, you know? So that's a plus. Well, let's hop into it, shall we? The portal opens up on Jean's crew, who discusses how to get people through the portals now that the message didn't get through. You know, what do we do? Blah, 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 blah. And they end up deciding to go through the portals themselves and try and alert the other groups of people.
They are regularly putting those moments in the episodes that Zach hates.
This one I was okay with, though.
Yeah, I like this one.
That's where
This
they,
one I
they
was
all
okay
looked at John, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, let me go first."
Yeah, that one was kind of more blah for me, but specifically when he goes through the second portal, I like that.
Yes.
And with that, we get a little bit of what Mike was talking about last time in our last discussion. People were scared of the portals.
Mm-hmm.
And to test it out, one of the guys goes to throw a rock right as Jean comes in, and it fucking smacks him in the face.
That's the
I
one
actually thought that was funny.
That's the one I was okay with. That's the one I was okay with.
It was a pretty consistent, upbeat comedy at the start, which I think was fine for the most part. It was consistent. I don't have much of a complaint. I actually laughed at that joke.
I actually was more concerned about that wussy throw.
It was a really lame throw.
It was, left-handed, just like limp wrist. I was like, what the fuck?
So you could see like some cartoon nerd throw.
Yeah.
So then Team RWBY comes through. We see the Happy Huntresses are coming through, and Team Juniper is guiding people through on their own.
My whole thing was like, so I guess Penny still can do everything that she was doing before.
Yeah.
Even though she's not a robot anymore.
Yeah, she's just now using it all with her maiden powers.
It's all maiden powers and semblance, I suppose.
I don't think it's even semblance, just maiden powers. Which, that's fun. Yeah, Penny does fly around. Later she conjures her weapons. I just accepted it at face value. It was like, this is what they were trying to do. I wish they didn't. I would have liked more of a struggle of her adapting to her new body. But like I said last time, I wasn't expecting it.
I want to say I lied earlier whenever you asked overall of the episode.
Heck yeah.
I liked the episode, but there was one part of the episode I was like, come on, what the fuck? And we'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay. But then most of Team Juniper, which is Jean, Nora, and Ren, and Oz, they go through the other side of the portal and end up in Vacuo. But they have arrived, not in the sky like I thought. They are on the ground, but they are in the middle of a sandstorm.
Yeah, I think I yelled out, "Careful, there's a Grim in that."
Yeah, there's a big-ass Grim in that.
And very quickly after that, civilians start coming through behind them and entering the sandstorm.
I'm confused as why some of the portals you can go in and out of, like back and forth through, but the main portal you can't go back.
We know the answer to that.
I did misspeak slightly. Yeah, I did say more people came through the portal than actually did. Emerald, Ren, and Oz, they came through.
They came through, and then they realized Ambrosius or whatever his name is, they said they want Vacuos to be one way. Yeah.
Oh.
They were specific on that one way.
One way tickets. What they said. Yeah, that was their stupidity.
I would have interpreted it the same way as you did, though, Trev. Because when you say a one-way ticket, that doesn't mean like you can hop on the train and hop off freely at the start destination, and then at the exit you weren't allowed to get back on. If I took that as a one-way ticket, I would say they wouldn't have even been able to get through on Mantle's side to warn the people.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah. Jean and Nora were still on this side of the portal. I don't actually remember what happened to Jean. Does he show up at any other part throughout this episode?
I'm trying to think back, and that's why I've been a little bit quiet, because I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, where did he go?
I'm reviewing the episode while we talk, and I don't remember him coming back.
I know that
He just
Nora
wants to-
flies off to go alert more people, but Jean, I don't think he showed up after he went through that first portal.
Speaking of which, I actually have a question. Did we know Nora could fly like a witch?
Yeah, that's been shown before. That was back
Was
in
it?
the last volume.
Okay, because
I
I
thought it was
somehow
cool,
forgot
though.
that. I thought it was cool, and I was like, we probably know this already.
I was like, man, Zach missed an opportunity with his gun for Aquos.
Yeah, it did.
But then the episode, it finally turns into what I wanted.
Beautiful.
People get bombed by Cinder. She makes her attack, launching them off of the side.
And
I'm
loved
guessing that's the do not fall warning that we were given. But I am just so happy to see things finally turning a bit darker. Okay, so Cinder then attacks Team RWBY, and it is revealed the whole big backstory as to how Cinder has got there. She
It's
has
beautiful.
used the final question of the lamp, and she used it in a way that I think is kind of lame, but it makes sense for her.
I loved it. I love that she didn't even think twice. She's like, fuck it, I don't care.
Mike, I'm curious, do you feel the question was a bit wasted?
I feel it was wasted. Yes, because like I'm trying to figure out in what direction are they trying to take Cinder? Because if they're taking it to like the path of independence, why would on one hand, like I see why they would do it. Cause all right, she's just closing up loose ends. All right, just tying up. All right, let me go ahead and get Neapolitan and her stuff, and then I'm gonna do what I got to do to get more allies or whatever. But on the other hand, you could ask for anything at all. You may not get the answer you want, but I mean, surely some something that will benefit you in this venture is the way I saw that. I was kind of confused, and I felt it was wasted, in my opinion.
I feel from a plot level, it's kind of a waste of a question.
Oh, I 100% agree with that. It was a waste of a question, but I love that she wasted the question trying to get her revenge.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for her. We learn everything that happened. She watches the previous episodes, them formulating the plan for the staff, Ambrosius, and all that stuff. She learns of Emerald's betrayal, seeing her with everybody. And then Cinder does what Cinder does best. She sets Watts on the path that I like.
Well, Watts did. What I loved. Well, let me ask you this: are we to the point where like those three walk into the room? Is that what we're talking
they
about?
break into the control station.
That was fucking amazing.
That music.
It was so beautiful. I thought it was interesting that Watts was just going to kill innocents. Like, we've never seen him be the one who's directly like dealt a punch and being a part of that. But I guess technically we don't know if he was one that actually killed any of them and it was just Cinder and Neo. But nonetheless, it was beautiful to just see the three go in there and actually be villains.
Just the immediate cut of like everyone panicking to dead. It was just like, holy shit.
They killed Bill.
Yep, Bill is dead. We see his mug on the ground.
Bill's dead. Watts has AIDS.
It's
Eats that apple. Had blood on it.
I
was saying.
I love that.
Jesus.
It's like, oh, this apple has blood on it. Let's just clean that off there. Yum.
Give a little taste.
A wipe on the shoulder. Not even gonna spit on it. Just wipe it on the shoulder and bite.
Yeah, keep that spice on there.
Number one dud.
RIP.
Then, shortly after that, we get the confirmation it was him who cut off communications within the kingdom. Shocker, I know. I'm very happy with that side of the story.
I fucking love that side of the story.
Did anybody notice, like, so I guess let me hear your thoughts on this, because like Cinder, she's like referring to him previously as Watts, now as Arthur. First name, you deserve this. Is she just like, beefing him up for this downfall, or is she like genuinely respecting it?
I think
she respects him.
I think she's trying to take a page out of Salem's book. Like, I'm going to treat you with a more motherly act, a more friendly act, so that way you can be on my side now.
See, I thought it was more respect because of what he said to her.
And that could be. I'd enjoy it if that was that. Cinder actually like having a mutual respect for her fellow bad guys. I would love to see that. I think that'd be great for her character.
I'm trying to figure her out. Like they're doing things with her, and I'm like, what's going on? Like where are we going? Like I kind of like it, but at the same time, I'm also concerned.
Yeah,
She gonna be super evil, or like is she like just going towards her own objective?
it's gonna be hard for her to be on a redemption path after murdering all those civilians again.
Yeah, but we'll see.
So then we cut to the Aesops. They're being arrested by Robin and Crow and Marrow, but then a hacked android by Watts enters the room.
I thought that was so cool.
And they like go to shoot it down, but it just fucking suicide bombs them. Why? So they have that function, right? I would have been using that constantly if I had those.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. I thought the same thing. I'm like, unless he like just programmed that into it to like blow up. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know why it hasn't been used before.
Yeah. But then Marrow throws himself in the way of the blast. Look at you, Marrow. Jumping in things head first. Being the first man to act in a fight and not the last. You've grown up so much.
Stop.
Why didn't he just use his supplements on it, take it away from... Alright, anyway, we're just gonna move on. Harriet and Vine dash for the bomb, which is now on the ship that is like being tilted out because Alice is just losing its balance, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, those two are now on the ship.
You gotta wonder. You have to wonder though: is it tilting towards the side that has the whale on it?
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be a nice touch.
And the whale slowly slips off and falls in the city below, so it doesn't even need the bomb. It's just the whale crushing everybody. That's what I want to happen.
I'd be happy with that. But with everything tilting, some debris falls on Ironwood, waking him up inside of his cell.
So he was knocked out.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because he was walked to his cell and then. So did she like knock him out again once they got there? I don't know. But anyway, Jacques gloats. Look, you also lost. And then magically,
I hate
Ironwood's
this whole
cell
fucking
door
scene.
opens. And
Yeah,
how did his... Huh?
You gotta wonder what the fuck. Like someone had to have let him out, like Watts, right?
I'm guessing it was
definitely
Watts.
It was definitely Watts.
And then he fucking kills him.
I thought that was so uncalled for. There was no
Congrats.
need to.
Yo,
You're right.
He has become the villain.
who left his guns there? Who
Yeah.
left them right next to the cell? Why would
Stupid.
they? You know what? I'm
Absolutely
only gripe
stupid.
with this episode. I was like, why would you? All right, so you lock somebody up, right? They just shot somebody. You're gonna put their gun like 10 feet from their cell?
Well, it's not like this man has ever reached through hard light dust before to grab something, Mike. Come on.
Like, why would you do that? Like,
Literally, that shield did not survive. None of those shields survived that blast either. It went
Yeah.
through every shield there. That's how strong that weapon is. I just
Yeah.
want everybody to realize that.
Yeah, I'm happy we saw what the gun can do.
It almost seems like Penny's maiden power in the gun.
But yeah, it was absolutely unnecessary. I enjoyed the scene, though. I think it was trying to show, like, hey, look, see, he doesn't have his heart. But you could argue that was just stupid all around.
It was not like, I know he's the bad guy, but it's almost like they took it to a level of, okay, now we need to prove a point. He's a bad guy. Boom.
I'm the bad guy. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
GG. Sure thing. I'm like, man, like whatever, dude. Like, you're going to open mine too, right? Sure thing, man.
I would have, yeah, I would have liked to see Jacques more in the series. Have like, maybe not like a redemption, but like a more backstory for him and the family.
Yes,
I just can't imagine we're going to get that now.
I've been asking for that all last season. We know now we're probably never gonna get it.
You know, the Willow's still there, so maybe. but we'll never get both sides of it. It'll always just be one side, which I think makes sense considering the historic writing of this show.
GG.
But anyway, we cut back to the Cinder fight. She's fighting better than ever. She's actually holding her own this time against multiple opponents. She's doing great. RWBY doesn't use her silver eyes. I'm guessing she's aware that it's because Penny's also there.
Don't know.
Maybe.
I'll no comment because possibly, but
If RWBY uses her silver eyes in the next episode and not this one, I'm gonna be very annoyed. But I might forgive it because if she hurts Penny by doing it, I'm gonna enjoy it.
Oh, that's evil.
It's not like I want Penny to suffer or them to suffer, but I want her to learn lessons. And trust is a risk is not the lesson I want them to learn. But anyway, while this is happening, Neo, disguised, starts walking up behind RWBY and goes to attack her.
This is when I got mad.
So Yang jettisons herself forward, jumping in the way of the hit, and gets knocked off the platform. Is that what pisses you off, or is it what's next?
That gets knocked off the platform, and no one saves her? RWBY, who has the ability to move faster than almost time itself, doesn't go and pick her up? She moves a whole fucking team earlier to get to the lamp, or to get to the staff. She can't go and get her and then come back?
Weiss using a glyph.
Blake
tries. Blake tries to get her. But for the first time, when she throws her gun to go and be grabbed by Yang, it doesn't get far enough.
So here's what I hated.
And then Yang falls.
I hated the placement of this scene. I think this would have been a better scene to be at the end of the episode. To me, it felt like Rush kills someone. Okay, now we're going to fight and ignore it. Why not make that the cliffhanger? Let the emotions build.
Well,
I don't know.
I think that they're trying to have the emotion build at being the cliffhanger. Because, and we'll get to it more when it happens. But I think that's the goal they're going for, is to have a buildup of emotions preemptively, and that's what's the result of that is what we're going to find out next time.
You know what would have been even better, besides her like falling off and like going to nothing? Because she's kind of half in and out, right? She's not really. She's kind of like, I don't know, like kind of semi knocked out, but almost there. If when she threw her weapon to save her, if it would have stabbed right in her chest because her aura wasn't active, she'd be like, "Whoa!"
Like hooks the arm and then rips it off.
Rips the other arm off.
GG.
But big question here: do y'all think she's dead?
No.
So I don't think she's dead.
How is she coming back though?
I think that she's not dead because the zone that they're in probably cannot kill anyone. It probably puts them in either somewhere else or in like some sort of void. So they're still alive, but they just don't exist in an area where people can get to them, because the places that the relics are in are not places people can normally get into, which means the only way to get in would be through Atlas, where the portal were created. And so maybe like they'll do something. I don't know what they could possibly do, Gary. I don't think they're dead because of that.
What do you think, Zach?
I think that I don't think she's dead, but I think she's going to meet the gods. And I think there's going to be some level of, you guys have to realize what's going on this planet. Yes, we're not perfect, but you have to understand that someone's trying to destroy us instead. And I think that's where some things may be set in motion. Yang's going to come back Super Saiyan. I don't know. But they're going to give Yang, I think, an arc of I'm a badass because of this new adventure I'm on.
I think you are dramatically overestimating those gods.
You think so?
The gods are cunts.
Well, yeah.
They're not just going to be like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. Boom. buff.
Well, fair.
It depends on which one she talked.
What do you think, Trev? Do you have any special thoughts about what happened to Yang?
I kind of hope she's dead,
Wow.
but
I'd enjoy that
I don't
too,
think
but
she
there's
will
no
be.
way.
But I mean, it'd be an interesting plot point. It would drive the team, I think, further. First of all, someone is in love with her and she's gone. Second of all, someone's her sister, so it might push the team in the right direction. But I mean, I don't know.
So I took a much more mathematical approach to it.
Go on.
So the way I figure that the portals work is that they're just wormholes, which is essentially just like compressed distance in like the simplest terms that it could be. So I think that Yang is just going to end up somewhere between Mantle and Vacuo.
Yeah, because it doesn't really make sense for her to fall and then die because it's a rod of creation.
Yeah.
Not the. I mean, so why would it make a place where you could die? But you never know.
So that's the thoughts on Yang. And then what happens shortly after is Blake starts to freak out, goes to attack Neo, and Neo's just like, "Semblance, bitch, fuck you."
As she's fighting Ruby at
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah. It's great.
She
Neo's
does
back
have
to being
two
good
votes.
again. You remember that time when she was punched in the face? Me neither. It didn't happen. All right.
I just thought it was funny because it was like, okay, so you both are going to go fight Neo and leave leave Weiss
all right.
to fight the
Weiss will get her.
lady by herself.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so this is what I was talking about more with the emotional buildup for Blake, and why having that be the cliffhanger, is because you can see that she is distraught, and so kind of seeing what she's going to do is what I think they're going for. Is you can see it right here where she does make the irrational move of leaving Weiss to fight Cinder alone. But luckily for Weiss, Penny shows up. She gets involved in the fight and starts yelling at Cinder. "Why didn't you learn your lesson? Why did you come back?" "Oh, Penny, I did." She's gonna fucking throw Penny through a loop, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, because now she has to fight as a real person. With pain.
She a maiden. She's a superhuman.
It'd be funny if she just like kicked Penny through like the main entrance, like to the big doorway, and then she couldn't get back through.
That actually could be a good strategy.
Be like, it's like, oh,
But
you
she
think you're gonna win
wants-
the fight? Not this time. Boom.
Yeah, but she wants to kill Penny. She doesn't want to get Cinder away. She wants to kill
So-
Penny, and she wants Neo to kill Ruby.
In that case, it may be something that pops up next episode where she doesn't know that's going to happen, and Penny gets kicked through the portal, and then she doesn't come back through, and it's like, what the fuck, kind of thing.
We do see Jean later in this episode.
Where
In
at?
the desert.
No, he's not in the desert. He is outside. So when Cinder goes to shoot the shards at Weiss, and she goes to defend people, Jean is on the other side of the portal and puts up his shield to deflect the hits coming through the portal.
Oh yeah, because he was still ushering people through
Yeah.
because he didn't know what was going on this side.
It's a nice little fight that happens. Penny is, she's used her maiden powers to recreate her weapons. She and Weiss are just fighting together. Cinder's attacking wildly, so Weiss has to act defensively. And eventually, Cinder does something real fun, where she knocks Weiss into the fucking air, where she has to make a glyph to protect herself. It's a gravity glyph that's holding her up there. And that's when we have the real moment for Blake, where she's like looking over, like, do I try and go for revenge here and kill Neo, or do I save my friend, Weiss?
Yeah, the emotional pull.
What do you think she's gonna do?
She's gonna go save Weiss.
I think she's going to save Weiss.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I hope she doesn't.
There's no question here. Yeah.
But she may see Penny and go, okay, they got this.
Yeah, I would love to see that rationalization. Yeah, Weiss is there. Yeah, Penny's there. They'll be fine. Yeah, I need to do this. This is where I'm needed. Yeah. Uh-oh. Spaghetti.
Yeah,
Turns around, Weiss is dead now.
That's never, that's never back, That's never got her in trouble before or anything, right?
But I think it would be interesting from a story standpoint as well if she let Weiss go, so that way they could then have the whole point is like, we need to be a team, not a relationship. You need to realize that everyone here is equal for us to be able to actually work cohesively together, not just you and Yang above Ruby and Weiss. I don't know if they're going to go for that plot. I doubt it, but maybe. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I think they're getting to a point, and it sucks that they're near the end of the volume, but they're getting to a point where it's actually starting to actually have good writing and good ideas, I
And
think.
speaking of good writing, holy shit, this next scene is where it gets good. We cut to Harriet and Vine. Harriet is going to arm the bomb to ready it for Mantle, and Vine, inside the ship, calmly, gently stops her, and they just talk. And it's so good. He's not attacking her. He's not scolding her. It is
exactly how I thought it was going to go.
It is a human conversation.
It's exactly how I wanted it to go.
Yeah.
I gained a lot of respect for Vine.
And Harriet. Right?
Not her.
All right.
No.
But we learn,
I lose it with her.
We learn as to why Harriet has been so antsy this volume.
Because they were lovers.
Because she either looked up to him or she loved him. We have no proof that it was both ways, that it was reciprocated. We don't know the full extent. But in one way or another, she felt very strongly about him, about Clover. And I'm so happy to see Clover being brought up again. And then Vine has that one line. It's like, well, maybe Clover was wrong too. I was like, fuck you, Vine. I was right on Harriet's side. Fuck you,
See,
Vine.
He brings up a valid point, though. You may not like it, but it's a valid point.
Nah. Had he survived, do you think he would have been on board with Ironwood's?
Yes.
The thing is,
he was very loyal to Ironwood.
For me, the way I take it is, to say that Clover was wrong is to say that Crow was right.
Well, he was right.
You shut your mouth. Crow is a fucking moron. Crow is the fucking villain of this volume.
Oh, shut up.
All right, that's obviously.
I was joking, but you're just being an asshole.
It's GG.
I really liked it, and I wish that the conversation would have continued.
Yep.
Because he was literally going to say, "Hey, you're not the only one that's lost," and he was reaching out to like console her, and then Robin shoves her giant
together.
dick right into that. She just shoves her giant woman dick right into that conversation.
Yeah, in true Robin fashion, she ruins
She
everything.
didn't know they were having that conversation. Oh, fuck
That's
off!
the story of Robin. She doesn't know anything.
I liked what Robin did in this situation.
She's a fucking idiot.
Hey. She knows that Crow was better.
Well, and she also knows that there's a bomb on that ship.
It makes sense for her. Like, she thinks they're going to arm the bomb, but it's still just, it's all coming from ignorance. And that is the fucking thing of Robin's character. She is just ignorant every step of the way.
So literally my thought about this is they're going to like start flying upward somehow. And then the bomb's going to fall at the back and Robin's going to have to hit the bomb with the ship and kill herself.
What if the bomb's a dud?
GG. This whole time, Ironwood was playing everybody.
Like Harriet arms it, or it's fully armed, and then like it's about to go off. That's what I'm trying to say. And then it's like she's there. 3, 2, 1. God
and then
damn
just
it.
like shoots confetti everywhere.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We're not gonna blow you up.
Inside this bomb is a cake. It's Ironwood's birthday.
Happy birthday. And then there's another scene where he goes in to cut into a cake delivery and it's a fucking bomb and he blows up in his own office.
Oh shit. Must
I'd
have
be
mixed
okay
up
with
the
it.
bag.
That'd be funny. I'd hate it, but it'd be funny.
Wrong bag of flour. Oops.
Dude, random thought though. Sorry if this is like out of order. So what if somebody took the staff and created something else while everybody's still in there?
That's a great question. It'd probably all fall out.
Will they all just die since the space no longer exists?
Maybe.
Or they all appear where they were before?
They'd probably be forced out, and if my theory would be correct, they'd be somewhere scattered in between. Or who knows?
Kind of like where Yang is.
Yeah. where I theorize she is.
Ooh, what if when you fall, you go to where Salem is being reborn?
That'd be funny.
And Yang has to fight her one-on-one, and then she dies in the next episode.
Your
Because,
mother
well-
said those same words to me. All right, shut up already.
Nani?
So this is I just like I'm like I said, I'm watching the episode while we're talking about it again, and
Mhm.
I pushed pause on a spot. You know when Harriet kicks Vine?
Yeah.
Okay. I paused on that spot right after she like makes contact with him, or right before, and it literally her semblance looks like a rabbit.
Oh, that's cool. I'll try and still shot that.
I was like, what the?
Like
I don't know. Now I don't know if that means anything. Maybe it was just coincidence, but it looked like a rabbit.
Well, she's always been
up.
like a reference to the hair.
Yeah, that's why. And then, but I didn't understand why she kicked him out of the plane, because they were kind of like coming together there. It seemed like, and then all of a sudden it was like, nah, fuck you, die.
You'll be fine.
Like I
like-
said, they had a real moment, a real breakthrough there, and then Robin ruined everything. She had this moment where she was being vulnerable. She was able to be appealed to. She was going to actually, have emotions and care. But
Maybe
then
she
if
was
someone
going
slams
to-
into your head at that point, you're going to be immediately pissed off. You're going to say, fuck everything else. Fuck those people.
Yeah, you never start with the head. It makes things all fuzzy.
Yeah.
But literally, it was like, this is what she needed therapy wise to maybe move on. And no, not happening.
Yep. And she kicks Vine out when that all happens. She goes back to pilot the ship, and then Crow, as a crow, slams or transforms and slams into the cockpit. And we got a little bit of a fight between them, but it's more of a setup for next episode.
I really hated what he said. He said, "You're gonna get that fight after all. Just kill her." I mean, damn it.
Crow sucks. That's it. Just Crow sucks. Everything he does, terrible. His personality, terrible. He's just become a terrible, terrible character. And I hope that he has a good moment in the next episode. I hope him and Harriet can bond over a conversation about Clover. But I just don't expect Crow to do that.
I loved him!
So did
So did I!
Yeah. I would absolutely love that.
That's funny.
Because they are kind of mirrors of each other, just on the opposite side. They both hate the one who they think is responsible for killing Clover, but they both think it's different people. And in reality, Harriet's right. So anyway, I'm sorry.
This next part's literally my favorite part of the whole episode.
Watts when he's the kid in the candy store.
No.
So
Nah,
well,
Brad Pitt.
yeah, what happens right there? Watts, he's finished his apple. There's just happy music playing. Maybe not happy. But he's gotten the ships. He's leading them straight into Mantle. He's doing everything he wants to do from a safe distance.
That's what he does.
Yeah. And then we cut to, I'm guessing, your favorite part, which is
Oh, yeah.
to Winter in the vault.
Yes, I want this. I've been wanting this fight, the one-on-one, for a while now, because I think Winter's going to kick his ass, but
I don't.
I really do.
I think they're going to kill Jacques, and I think they're going to kill Winter, and Weiss is going to have her arc.
I think
they're all going to have a depression arc, is what's going to happen.
I think Winter's going to win, but I would enjoy it if she lost.
Why do you think she's going to win?
So logically, which is a terrible, terrible argument here, by the way, Ironwood, his aura shouldn't be fully healed up.
And also, I think that Winter may be the better fighter between the two.
I don't know.
I,
So in the last episode, that like 40-second fight that's real early on?
Yeah.
That was like a 6v1, or
Yeah, it was a
was like an
6v1, and
8v1.
like going through scene by scene, still by still, for the edit, for the discussion to grab good screen clips. I had such a higher appreciation for that fight. Because Ironwood, every step of the way, he is fighting back. Like, Ren, he uses his grappling to grab him by the foot, and for the first time, Ironwood just says, "Bitch, I gave you these, fuck you," and he just kicks it off and goes to fucking hit him. Every step of the way, he is fighting back, and he is putting up a hell of a fight the whole time. Grabs the bull by the horns. He's being hammered by Oz, but he just doesn't give a fuck. He's still going in for it. And he's doing this all unarmed. This is him without his weapon. Imagine doing that in the RWBY D&D.
Taking the bull by the horns. I mean, Silas did that once. I'm just saying.
That's Naruto D&D. I said RWBY D&D.
I know.
I mean, it'd kind of be like fighting Fei Pa. Take Fei Pa by the horns.
Well, yeah, but Fei Pa was spec'd into unarmed combat. This is Ironwood. He's a gunman, but he just happens to be a fucking great melee fighter as well.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, he's level 30. I don't know what you expect.
This is true. But I hope we have a really good fight between them. I do think Winter will win, just because she's on. Honestly, it's just because she's on Team RWBY. That's the reason I think she's going to win. But I would really enjoy it if some twist happened, like Salem started coming down on the elevator.
So you know what's funny, and I just thought about this. I think that Ironwood is kind of like Rin. I think that his semblance has evolved. Iron Will, because literally you see him being this asshole, being mean and stern, and then all of a sudden you see this little tear go down his eye.
Oh, I hated that. When I saw a fucking tear, I literally said, "This is fucking stupid."
Well,
I enjoyed it,
but he
hated it.
Super serious, even with the tear falling out. So it's like, are you even able to have emotion at this point? Has your semblance evolved that much where you can't even show emotion?
I'm gonna absolutely put memes up for this part of the video with that shedding a tear image, just that manly shed tear.
I hated it. I legit hated it.
I like the whole dialogue that happened here. It's like he has the whole line, and this made me realize. So in the last React video, during the fight that happened, I pretty much never cut to myself during that whole fight, because the whole time I was just sitting there stone faced, like, I don't like this, but I don't know what I don't like about this. And I realized it with this scene. He's saying, I chased a lot of shadows over the years, always expecting betrayal, but never once did I think it would come from you. I hate Winter because she backstabbed him. Like,
in the end.
Yeah.
But for the good.
But even then, I just hate backstabs. I hate betrayals that happen with the bitch stab in the back. If it was like when Crow slammed his way through the cockpit, when he said the whole, you're going to get the fight after all, that's not a betrayal, obviously, but I was more okay, like, if they were allies and it happened then, I would have been okay with it, because it was like, hey, I'm not on your side, we're going to fight now. I've been like, all right.
So you like the idea of what Marrow did more than what you like what Weiss did?
I'd say
what Winter did.
I'd say what Marrow did was also a backstab.
But he came out straight up. I mean, he didn't go to hit him. He pretty much came out straight up and said, I don't like this. I don't agree. And then Ironwood was going to shoot him for it.
Oh, yeah. In that situation, I respected Marrow. I absolutely loved what Marrow did there. It made sense
Weiss
for him.
did, it was, but Weiss, or damn it, not Weiss. What Winter did is just straight up, hey, I think Ironwood's like, oh, cool. Okay, this is a 2v5. We got this. Oh, no, it's a 1v6. Okay, maybe not.
And you see that the betrayal on his face in that middle fight once he realizes that, and that combined with this scene made me realize that's what I hated so much about it. That's why Winter's been pissing me off.
Yeah, I'm the opposite though. I like Winter more because of it.
Yeah, no, I feel him on that there. Like, it's because it's like Winter up to this point has been extremely loyal. But I think not like in Harriet's thing, or I guess hers is like slightly different now that we can see. But because Winter's been like completely loyal to Ironwood, somebody that you respect and are loyal to. For the most part, you usually won't just like straight up betray them unless it's something that you believe in greater, or I think needs to happen more than you respect this person. And for her to make a move that was like subtle instead of bold, I think I think that's, I guess I feel you there. Like I felt like she should have been more bold, and probably like when like Marrow was like, all right, I'm not down for this, she probably should have just like acted right then. But I understand, like, she probably would have lost. It would have been a different like.
And I understand why she did it. It's because, there is a lot at stake. There is the entire life of a city of people at stake. So, I'm not, saying it doesn't make sense or anything like that. I hate backstabs so much. That's the main reason. So when we run D&Ds, whenever someone stabs me in the back, that's when I go sociopath.
Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Who stabbed you in the back in Yu-Gi-Oh?
And you get the school.
All right.
I don't even
Can't
know
argue it.
what context this is even in, but
And even in Poke D&D is I didn't go full sociopath until Blaine was revealed that she was a traitor. I was just like, I'm sorry, what? Gonna kill her, and then I killed her. But what Weiss does, or goddamn, now I'm doing it. What Winter does in this fight, leading up to it, is so good. It's what I would have loved to see last time, where she has, Ironwood, he gives the final order to step aside, for her to step aside. He gives her one final chance where he doesn't have to try and kill her. And she refuses, saying, I have always stood up against the enemies of this kingdom, and I will continue to do so now. That is such a strong line. Their clashing perspectives are so strong in that moment. I love it. That's the reason I hate the backstabs, because you deny yourself opportunities like this, or characters that are really cool just get handled like they're bitches.
So it was almost like kind of a little bit of a redemption for that backstab, but it still happened.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what was needed in that fight to take him down. Maybe him getting distracted by the fact that
it makes sense.
His right hand is not with him.
Yeah.
That's what ultimately led to his demise.
They made the logical conclusion, which, it is what it is. Oh, I forgot to say that with Vine. He says that he believes that path was no longer the most logical, which is the whole thing I was saying. That's probably Vine's perspective. I was happy I was right on that. But anyway, yeah, it's then when Ironwood sheds a tear, and the two are set up for the fight. And I like the tear even because I think that's the whole thing that they're doing is taking away Ironwood's heart. And I think that tear is the final bit of his heart.
Yep,
that's
the last straw. And that's when we find out what really happens to Salem. She takes over bodies. She'll be the new Ironwood.
Yeah. So then, I guess we're still not done yet. Yeah, this episode has so much that happens in it. I love this episode. We go back to Vacuo. Ren has been using his semblance to try and hide people's emotions, waiting for people to get through, so that way they can protect themselves from the storm. But his aura breaks because he's just trying to use too much. Huh?
And I hate how quick Raptor's aura breaks. Oh, look, Grim.
It really is trying to set him up for he's about to die here. But Emerald, she questions why Penny isn't there to be able to calm the storm or protect him. I don't know how she'd do it, but some way she'd do it, apparently. Oscar goes to dash at the portal, and then once he collides with it and isn't able to allow through, that's the thing we were talking about earlier, he realizes something's happened. Oh dear. Ambrosius. And we get the flashback of Weiss using the Staff of Creation. Oh, Zach, you still think she's best girl from last episode? So anyway, she said, wow. Make a one-way path to Vacuo. No return. Oh, man.
I think of everything.
I wasn't expecting the twist on that to be so obvious.
I didn't either.
I was looking for subtleties, but it was just nope, it's right there. Right in your face. And with that realization, then the swarm of Grim start attacking. And they're like the pterodactyls in Jurassic Park, just picking people up and taking them away.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Creating more chaos.
Yep. Sonora and Ren are both in prime death opportunities now. Especially Ren, so I'm hoping that one of them will die.
See.
I need time to be the lover that you need.
They'll forget that aura broke next episode. Don't worry.
If that happens, I'm going to be fucking livid.
Yeah, that or John will show up. Which, I mean, hopefully, I hope John has a big part in the next episode, seeing as they took him out of this episode completely.
I do too.
I'm gonna take you down, Cinder, for what you've done. Arrow to Nora.
It would really be cool if like he got his revenge on Cinder. Like no one ever talks about that, but it would be fucking cool if like all of a sudden you just see John just go toe to toe with Cinder and just whoop her ass. I would love to see that fight.
I mean, but we
It's not
kind
gonna
of had
happen.
that fight already in volume. It's been a little while. It was in volume 5, where he confronts Cinder in the school. He's like, I can't remember exactly what he says. It was like, "You're gonna pay for what you did," and she just looks at him. Who are you? And that's when he goes to attack her, and then she just handily kicks his ass. They're just on completely different leagues, and maybe they've caught up. Who knows? But I doubt it.
I mean, I'd like to think that he's got some things going on, so it would be really cool to. It would be really cool to revisit that fight, though, and I think that might be what happens.
Yeah. It would be nice to see it, but I cannot imagine that Cinder is going to that she's going to lose again. Somehow, she has got to win this fight, and if she doesn't, I'm going to be so disappointed.
It'd be cool if she won the fight and then John came in and was like, no, and then stabbed her in the chest, and it was like, okay, well, she's dead. She won, but then she died.
There's no way in hell she's going to die.
Come on, she can't find the glass slipper.
There's no way in hell she's going to die. Is that what she's going to do? Is she going to find her Prince Charming and John?
Oh, God.
My hero.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out how that works its way in, just like how Penny became a real girl. I mean, is it going to be literal or is it going to be like a figurative thing? You know, I don't know how it's going to work.
Oh,
I'm still having my doubts though. Like, is Penny a real girl?
Yes.
They said make a new version of her, and I don't know. Maybe it's just like I've just got like a piece of doubt in me. Even though she looks human, is she actually still a machine?
Who knows?
Side thoughts.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty much the majority of the episode. Right now, I'm trying to look for a ship name between Jean and Cinder. It's just apparently I'm not seeing one.
Gender.
Oh, what the fuck? There's a Excel sheet for this shit?
Sean.
How are you surprised? Didn't you look this up? Like we were looking at this like
All
2
right.
years ago. It's just like wild combinations.
Jean and Cinder are arc furnace. That's clever, but stupid.
I don't like it. I don't like that one.
Oh,
I like the ship. You know, it's probably not gonna happen, but like, yeah, I don't like that name in particular.
Jean and Salem are at the stake.
What the?
Because she's a witch and he is Joan of Arc. They're clever names. These people who come up with these shit names they're smart. All right, anyway, ratings. You know, I'll lead off with this. I'm going to give this episode a 10 out of 10.
All right, calm down. Calm down.
This episode gave me everything I wanted, and I don't think a single character acted out of what made sense for them.
I do.
Who?
Only one. This episode would be a 10 out of 10 for me if RWBY would have fucking used her semblance and went and saved Yang. I don't care that Yang's gone.
That's fair.
I don't care that Yang's gone. I actually liked that it happened, but it didn't make sense that she didn't go save her sister. Her aura didn't break or flicker or anything. There was no reason for her not to go get her.
Yeah, that's fair.
It didn't make any sense to me. I'm not mad that she is gone. I just don't think that it made sense. Other than that, I'd give it an 8.
All right.
I'm giving it a 9.
Mike, how about you?
It would be a 10 out of 10, except for 2 things. Yeah. All right, so the one thing is freaking Ironwood and like the mishandling of the scene where he gets out of his cage and has the gun. All right, that shouldn't have happened. I don't care what circumstances they would have been in. There's no reason they would have left his weapons there. And 2, pretty much what Travis was saying. Like, I feel like the circumstances didn't exactly add up to at least someone being able to see. Nora flying around somehow like swoops her up, even though she wasn't really there.
I mean,
Ruby with
Penny
him-
could have went and got her. Freaking Weiss could have used a glyph. Whatever, man. But do something. Don't do this whole wimpy. I didn't get you. It didn't. Man,
with
there was
the,
plenty of opportunity there.
with the stuff we've
Yeah.
seen, the reaction times of these characters. That
Remember, like 2
happens.
episodes ago, whenever like every single person in the party had a grappling hook. What the fuck now? Only one person activates it?
Now, to be fair, 2 of them are on the other side of the portal. So we'll,
Somebody brought it up. Sorry, like Rugen, somebody brought it up in the comments. They were like, "Yeah, Blake ran past Weiss, which means Weiss, in theory, would have been closer to Yang to be able to save her with a glyph. That technically should not have happened.
what if
At
they all
least
just
that way.
what if they all just secretly hate Yang, except for Blake?
GG.
It's like, oh, finally she's gone.
GG. But 9 out of 10. I digress.
Okay. Oh man. So now best boy and best girl. Oh man, I need to spend more time thinking about this before the episode.
Take your time.
Anyone want to go while I'm thinking? You have yours all
Yeah.
hooked?
I'll do it.
Yeah, me too.
Best boy, I'm gonna give it to Jean for protecting those people with his shield. That one little spot. It was Ironwood shirt. You know who I'm giving it to? I'm gonna give it to Vine. I forgot about the whole Vine thing. I don't know how I forgot that. I'm gonna give it to Vine for really making a turn, and I like it. Best girl.
All right, I know mine.
I'm gonna give best girl honestly to Cinder.
That's fair. There's a lot of people who deserve bests in this episode.
Yes.
So, are you? I'm sorry, Zach. Were you done?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. So mine, I think I'm gonna give my best guy or best boy to Marrow, because even though I know it wasn't a big part. Even though that he was on the other side, he still jumped in front of the exploding android thing to save his friends.
Here's the semblance.
That-
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean,
I'm
maybe
sorry.
I don't know. I mean, he had it.
It was a
He
good
had
moment.
it used on his friends already, or his companions already, his teammates. So
Well,
maybe he couldn't use it again. I
He's
don't
used
know how
it
that
back
worked.
to back before. But I think it was still a good scene for him. I was just making a joke.
And then my best girl has to be Winter.
Oh, nobody's perfect.
Red.
All right. I'm giving it to Vine and Harriet.
Ugh.
Their scene together had more emotion than the main characters have had in the entire last 2 volumes. It's great. I love it. It's good. Mike, how about you?
All right, it's a little bit off the wall here, but best boy is going to Bill. All right, now Bill was
Thought it was
not
Jacques.
seen in this episode. Rip, he was not seen in this episode, but I know Bill, and Bill would have fought back to the very last breath. And best girl, I'm gonna give to Neo actually,
Okay.
because despite everything else, once again, we're back here again. She sticks to her guns. She's been going for one thing this whole time, and she's still going for it. She even puts her trust at risk. You can see it, like she tries. She's giving the relic over, and she's like, "All right, I'm trusting you with this. Don't do me dirty again." And she does right by her, and she lets her get Ruby.
That's fair. So, average rating for this episode is a 9 out of 10. Average best boy is Vine, and average best girl is inconclusive, but I'm going to probably put Harriet for the win in parentheses or something.
Dude.
But she doesn't deserve it.
The benefit of
Arthur's
being the
only
editor.
worthy one. Arthur
Arthur.
deserves it.
God, Watts is great in this episode, too. There were so many good people in this episode. The only
Yeah,
people
there
who
were.
were really out of the drawing were Robin and Crow.
You know what? I'm gonna give best girl to that teardrop that fell out of Iron Man's face.
Jesus.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time for the season finale. Well, thank you for watching. Remember to hit that like button if you want to see more content like this. And if you want to see what the rest of our channel has to offer, be sure to subscribe. Looking for any ways to support us? Well, we currently aren't monetizable through YouTube. We do have a Patreon and even a merch store, so be sure to check those out. All of the links to these things are right in the description down below. And last but not least, we'll see you next time.